associated with three acoustic guitars in particular. The first that comes to mind is his circa 1962 Harmony Sovereign H1260, serial number 963111260. It's a flat-top guitar with a spruce soundboard using mahogany for the back, sides and set neck, and rosewood for the fingerboard and bridge. This was the guitar that Jimmy used to write the majority of the songs on the first Led Zeppelin album. When it came to the recording of that album, however, Jimmy approached Mickey Most to borrow his J200. In Jimmy's words, Mickey's J200 was a dream to play, and it was a beautiful guitar. What made it different from other J200s is that it had a tune-o-matic moustache bridge with a neck similar to that of a Les Paul. Indeed, Jimmy held this guitar in such high regard that, as you almost certainly will know, he recently joined forces with Gibson to produce a recreation of 150 replicas. Of the 150 pieces made, 50 were played by Jimmy himself and were offered hand-signed by him, and also came with the exact pick he used while playing them. They sold out very quickly. The third guitar we associate with Jimmy is the 1969 Martin D28. This was one of the last D28s to have its back and sides made with Brazilian rosewood. Of this guitar, Jimmy said, "I got the Martin a little while before I got the double neck, because I thought it was time to start expanding. The idea with the Martin was to have something to tour with. Prior to that, I'd been using the Harmony. Everyone else was getting Martins, and I knew they were quality instruments, but expensive. I finally got it before the fourth album was released, but I didn't play it in the studio until we recorded Houses of the Holy. For example, the Rain song, which I wrote on it, the instrumental Bron Ra, and Over the Hills and Far Away." In Jimmy Page the Anthology, Jimmy himself takes us on an amazing journey through his career, going into fascinating detail about so many instruments he has used and still owns. But curiously, there is no mention of an acoustic he was photographed playing in April 1969 at Olympic Studios in London during the recording of Led Zeppelin's second album. There has been speculation that this was a guitar he found abandoned in the studio, but its presence in a series of photographs taken during what looks like a band writing retreat suggests otherwise. And more so, it makes you think that this was a guitar he owned himself. The images from both locations are taken from a distance, and it is difficult to see a maker's mark on the headstock. Some observers have claimed it is an Eko J45 or its later incarnation, the Eko Ranger, while others have claimed it was a Vox. Neither of these is correct, but they are within 99% of the truth, because the guitar we see Jimmy playing in the photographs is an E-Ros model 606 Dakota. The E-Ros model 606 Dakota was made between 1966 and 1970 by the Fuseli brothers, who were previously painters at the Eko factory. The company was based in the beautiful medieval town of Recanati, Italy, and the guitars were distributed in the UK by Rossetti. Similar in design and specification to the Eko J54 and J56, this is a 6-string flat-top guitar with a bolt-on neck system using 4 bolts on a plate. It has a 5-piece laminated neck with white edge binding and a volute. There is a thick slab rosewood fingerboard, 20 frets and a 0 fret. Dot markers on the face of the fingerboard mark the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th and 15th frets. There are no dot markers on the side of the neck. There is a 3-ply black celluloid overlay on the headstock, which carries the E-Ros logo on its front. There are individual metal tuning machines with metal heads and open backs. The front of the body has a 5-layer black and ivory-coloured binding. It has a round sound hole with ivory-coloured binding around its inner edge. There is a rosette of a Celtic-style design, a 2-ply scratch plate, and a bridge with an adjustable metal saddle. The back of the guitar shows a single-layer ivory-coloured binding. The E-Ros 606 Dakota is a very well-made guitar. It has a big body, a wide nut and a big, heavy neck. I can see why Jimmy liked these. It's a very nice guitar to play and has a great sound. I hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers for now.